to another Real Talk movie reaction chosen by you guys. This one right here is Abigail. Don't forget to like and subscribe, man. Hit the notification bell. Let's go.
Yeah, thank you for picking this one, voting this one in. I'm very excited because it's a brand new movie, so I like to be able to hit them right away. If you want to take part in recommending future movies or shows we should be reacting to, be sure to check out our Patreon account. You get an opportunity to drop those suggestions every single month and vote them in. Plus, you get access to all of our full content exclusive to our Patreon.
Love us. Woo! I don't know how to say it.
You gonna doze out there?
It does after, yeah.
Because that ain't it.
Vanity!
It's still my favorite.
Still my favorite scene.
Snapping necks for pay, enduring endless taunts from your colleagues about your stunted intellect. Is that why you stole from your crew, who just happened to be a tiny subsidiary of our empire? How long did the money last, you weak, disloyal, inebriate?
Damn.
Former detective Adam Barrett.
This
You
is
thought you
fascinating.
could infiltrate our New York arm under deep cover, but you liked the life a little too much, didn't you? The power you had when you were free of rules and regulations. It became an addiction. How empty did you feel when you finally arrested our 3 lieutenants you'd worked so hard to get close to? And how empty did you feel after I ripped up their bodies?
The 3 that were in that he was telling the story of earlier,
You
babe.
changed your name, you left town, and you never saw your family again. But it wasn't for their safety, was it, Detective Barrett? Finally, we have the tragic Ana Lucia Cruz, former Army medic, drugged out of service for shooting up Uncle Sam's morphine.
Who's injured in the field?
You tried to take care of your son before abandoning him to his fuck-up of a father. You became an underground doctor for some very shady people. But one day, you were just too high to do your job. And instead of removing a bullet, you nicked an artery. And someone very important to my father's business bled out. But you and Detective Barrett have something in common. You never went back for your son.
Shut the fuck up!
She fucking killed
Damn,
that.
yeah.
Yourself, huh? You want to be your daddy's little errand girl? No, he did lose interest in you. That wasn't a lie. How many of your father's enemies do you think you're gonna have to kill until he loves you again?
If this is about revenge, why didn't you just kill us? Why did you bring us here?
Because it isn't. This is just a game to her.
Bullshit, she was screaming at the house, and Dad triggered the alarm.
That wasn't even her father. That wasn't Lazar. And for what? Because you're fucking bored? For your fucking entertainment?
What can I say? I like playing with my food.
She's fucking killing this.
Meat sacks I've brought here over the years. Nothing different about any of you. Nothing special. Just something to help me pass the time.
Quick question. Who's inside a cage right now?
You are.
If you let me out, I'll let 2 of you live.
Which 2?
Yeah, which 2?
Now, it's a surprise.
Fuck this. Let's just kill her now.
You tried that, Frank. If you would like to open this door and try again, please do. My offer just expired. Now only let one of you live. Whoever lets me out.
He's fucking lying, moron. You
Right.
touch that door, you're as dead as the rest of us.
Right. Come on,
It's
man.
worth a try.
We have
All right,
her,
go ahead.
Peter. That's why we did this, so we can trade her for our lives.
That will never happen. Jody was right. No matter how many of you I kill, my father doesn't love me. And he's not gonna trade anything for me. So go on, Peter. Let me out.
She's fucking killing this role. Like, I
Peter, if
love
you
it.
touch that door, I will shoot you.
I'm sorry, guys. You shot me! You shot
do. Now give me your gun so I can patch you up.
Crazy.
I prefer impatient. Frank, help me out. Sammy, watch her.
Not that shit.
Sammy?
No, do
I'm
not
not
have
saying
Sammy,
that
the one
with
person that
that.
got bit. Watch her.
Fuck
You don't
that
even know what the
shit.
circuit. Like maybe she becomes her slave or something.
I got
Look here. I mean, that was a total different take on any vampire thing I've seen before. I loved it. I gotta give it up to the creativity, the newness, the refreshness, the just like it's just some new shit, right? I didn't see it coming. They didn't make it artsy, as Babe said. They didn't bore me. I wasn't sleepy. It was very inventive, creative, and fresh, right? And I liked it. I like all the things that happened. Did it need to be an hour and 50 minutes? Probably not. It could have tightened that up to a 90-minute thing. You would have been in and out. Because you didn't do nothing with the daddy at the end, only to show me that he came in and was like, hey, he ain't gonna kill you. So you didn't need that, right? The whole fight scene thing right there was very awesome, the way they had it all set up, and I get it. The director was probably like, all this shit is just good. All of it is just good. I'm just leave it all in there. Hour 50 minutes, probably just a little too long. You tighten that up a little bit, boy, that would have been just fire, right? It's still good. The movie is still really, really good. I gotta bring it back to it. I mean, I like the ensemble. I like Abigail. She's very, Abigail, not Abigail. I like Abigail. I mean, she was very, very charming. She's very believable. And she turned to a very menacing, evil little girl. And I like the twist, right? They turned it on the person who turned to it, and there was another vampire that they had to take out. They had to come together as a team and kill him. And then your boy Gustavo, you know, the chicken man, he come up in here. Nice little cameo, but that wasn't it. He a vampire too, right? He just want to get out the game. I loved it. It all worked, you know, from the beginning setup. Tracking them down, boom, boom. It's a covert operation thing with criminals. Got it, loved it, right? All just a trap, just to get them in the house. And so it all worked for me. The gruesomeness was good, the blood scenes was good, and I didn't think nothing was cheesy about it at all. It was very on point. So kudos to the team who did it, and kudos to you guys for picking it out, because you know we like shit like this. And hey, I had fun with it, so thank you.
Yeah, so I first have to shout out our Patreon community, because it's very rarely we get like a creepy horror movie picked in. I know like that's not the majority of the community's favorites. It's one of our favorite genres, so like yay is all I have to say. I was so excited when this one got picked. I cannot, like, me personally, I don't feel like there was any moments I would have cut from the film. I think everything worked. So to me, it wasn't too long. I think it was right in the pocket because they utilized every minute to the very ending, to her walking out. Maybe the last, 3 minutes of her sitting in the car wasn't needed, but no. I enjoyed it thoroughly as far as the pacing goes. But hands down, MVP. I mean, we just saw her in Matilda, which was really cool. Thanks for the sponsorship, Jeremy, for that. But to see the actress now in this role, like, Matilda's one thing, but like this is like next level. I don't even know how old she is in this movie. I'm thinking like 12, I don't know, 13, 14, 15, I don't know, because she's so little. But she killed it. Her monologue inside the jail, the cage that she could easily break out at any point.
She knew it too.
Was so freaking fire.
Yeah.
I believed she's 100, 300, 600 years old. I completely believed it. She and her movements too, as far as the ballerina aspect while she's running through the halls, and also kudos to Sammy, the actress that she ultimately takes over, in mirroring those images and creating the same type. Yeah. That shit was fucking fire to me. It was so cool and so creative, and to your point of bringing up earlier, it could have been so artsy and over the top, and yet they kept it like edgy and like, oh, it was so good. But like, she sold it. She killed the entire thing, from her being the innocent kidnapped kid to manipulating them the whole time to then showcasing she is in fact the one that's running this whole. It was fucking brilliant to me. I can't say enough good things. And again, babe, to your point, like, it's hard to do vampire stuff in this day and age and make it refreshing and like nuanced and new.
Seen it all before.
Yeah, and I've watched all the vampire shows, all the vampire movies, and this definitely was in a league of its own. It was so well executed. My only criticism of the movie, for me personally, is I don't like the way they did the twist with Frank. I feel like it was so abrupt, and like, now he's just a villain and he wants. I feel like they were trying to. I get what they were trying to do. It just didn't work for me 100%. That twist, I wish it played out a little bit differently. That is the only critique. I just didn't really love that that's just my only critique, honestly, because I do like the way it played out. I like that they ultimately tagged him and took him out. But to me, it just felt like all of a sudden it's like, now and you know what, I want to be a vampire. I'm just like, no hesitation, just full on want to be a vampire now. Especially when he was the one that was set up the other or like, he was the one that got the other agents in this employment arrested. He knows that they ultimately died. Like, I don't know. I just didn't feel like there was as much justification. It would have made more sense to me based on the way they did the characters if Fez ended up being the psychopathic, because they already mentioned he's a sociopath, right? But that's my only critique. It's a super small one. It only happens in the last 10 minutes of the episode, and outside the movie. Outside of that, to me, this is a flawless movie and one of my favorite vampire movies of all time. I cannot say enough good things, and I'm so excited to see where the actress who plays Abigail goes from here, because this was next level acting.
Yeah.
I can't say enough good things. To me, again, she's the MVP of the entire movie. She stole the show. I can't wait to see what she has next. But thanks again. Oh, and rest in peace to Fez. Just have to add that in there.
Cloud.
Yeah. And thanks again to the community for voting this in. I can't wait to see what you guys have next.
All right, well, look, thank you guys again for watching another Real Talk movie reaction chosen by you guys. This one was Abigail, the vampire. Until next time.